All right, today we're back for lesson 7.7. I think we need some light. There we go. Lesson 7.7 is on page 340 of your textbook. I am currently working on grading all of your papers that you've sent in today. As you can imagine, I'm getting papers email and remind and texted in a billion different directions from a bunch of different kiddos. So I'm trying to grade as quick as I can, but sometimes it's going to take me a little bit. So thank you for being patient with me. And then I also wanted to show you, you can go to the portal and you can click on assignments. So go to math and then click assignments. And this works for English or whatever you want to do also. And when you go to assignments, it'll show you at the top of your screen your most active, which are either assigned that day or due coming up quickly. Those assignments. If you want to go back and look at a previous assignment, because I'm posting the answer keys for these things after I enter your grades and after I've received everyone's papers. So if you want to go back to that and find that answer key and take a look at why did I miss 2 or why did I miss 1, scroll down and over on the right, there's a little button that says active, and that's most likely lit up on that assignment page. It says active. You can go to previous, you can go to future, or you can go to range. And I like to go to range because if I go to just previous, it goes all the way through everything I've assigned back to the beginning of the year. And then I have to keep scrolling and say show more and find it. But if I go to range and I know it was something from last week, I can enter last week on Monday to last week on Friday, and it will show me all those assignments. Then if you click on them, then you can go back and find those answer keys. So we can talk more about that in our next Zoom live meeting, which is coming up tomorrow at 10:30. Not required, but if you're able to join us. So this is Tuesday night that I'm recording this. So Wednesday at 10:30. Wednesday's always my days. I know each 6th grade teacher has a different day. So, okay, just a little lesson on how to find those answer keys or go back to any assignment that you want to look at again. 7.7 is on page 340. In example 1, this is solving inequalities. Instead of using addition and subtraction, this is using multiplication and division. So just like with solving equations with an equal sign, we learned that if we have a multiplication with a variable on one side of the equation, we can do a division, which is the opposite of multiplication. Or if we have a division, we can do multiplication. If we have multiplication, we can do division and isolate those variables. So let's take a look at example 1. Well, where did my little pen things go? There we go. Thank you for being patient. Okay, example 1. Example 1 on page 340, it says x over 5 is less than or equal to 2. So just like when we did equations, we see that this x over 5 means x divided by 5. So the opposite of a division problem is multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides of this inequality by 5. So if we come over here and we do times 5, these now cancel out, leaving just x is less than or equal to 10. 2 times 5 is 10. That should look less like a decimal and more like a multiplication dot. So what this is telling us is any number 10 or less that we were to substitute for x, when we divide that by 5, it would be less than or equal to 2. So if we put 10 in there, 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 2, so that works. If we put 9, if we put 8, any of those numbers would work. So we would graph it, this, 9, 10, 11. It's less than or equal to, so close dot, and everything less than. Okay. So let's try some of the examples at the bottom. Go. Okay. Number 1 says P divided by 3 is greater than 2. Now, we know that another way to write P divided by 3 is P over 3 is greater than 2. Truly doesn't matter. I like it in this bottom format because then if I do a times 3, I can make my cross out right there and bring down my P. You can also do times 3 and know that those cancel. Times 3. Whatever you do to the left, you have to do the right. So greater than 6. So if I want my answer to be greater than 2, it has to be a number bigger than 6. If I tried 6 here, 6 divided by 3 equals 2. That's not greater than 2. So we're not including 2, or we're not including 6 in our solution set. It must be greater than 6. So let's think of a number like 9. If I put 9 in for P, 9 divided by 3 is 3, and that would be greater than 2. So 9 works. Any number bigger than 6. So here we have 5, 6, 7. We're not including 6. So it's an open circle. And everything to the right, greater than. Pardon me. So for a couple of these, you're still going to need to do 2 steps. For a couple of these, it's still going to require 2 steps. So let's skip ahead and look at number 3. 1 is less than S divided by 7. Okay. Now this is S divided by 7, so I must do a times 7. Times 7. 7 times 1 is 7 is less than S. Now, one thing I've noticed on your homework that's been coming into me today is a few people have forgotten that when you have to swap the location of your numeral and your variable, you need the variable first to graph correctly. So S, we got to also flip that sign. So if we swap the locations, we have to swap the sign. So the open side stays with the S, pointy side stays with the 7. So S is greater than 7. So if we want, this is saying that 7 divided by 7 needs to be greater than 1. Well, 7 divided by 7 would be only 1. So we need this number swapped in for S to be bigger than 7. So we're not including 7 in our solution set. It's not greater than or equal to. 6, 7, 8. So it doesn't include 7, but every number greater than 7. Now, if we flip over to page 341, we're going to do some using multiplication where we have to cancel with division. Okay. There we go. Okay. Our example 2. Example 2 says 4n. And we know that when we have a numeral and a variable squished together like that, numeral comes first, and that shows that it is multiplication. 4 times n is greater than 32. So how do we undo a multiplication problem? with division. So we're going to divide this side by 4, divide this side by 4. Right? So these are going to cancel and leave just your n is greater than 32 divided by 4 is 8. Okay. Now this tells me that I want the answer of 4 times n to be greater than 32. Not equal to 32, greater than. So my answer for n must be greater than 8 because 4 times 8 would be exactly 32 and I need it bigger than 32. So 4 times 9 would work. That would be 36. That would be greater. 4 times 8.5 would work. Any number greater than 8. So I have 7, 8, 9, and it's every number greater than 8. Okay, let's try a couple more. Let's try one where we have to do 2 steps. All right, so let's try, let's try 50 is less than or equal to 2 times m. And we want to get rid of the times 2 or the m times 2. So we're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. This is 25. Now we need one more step in order to graph, which is I have to flip the location of the variable in the numeral. Variable on the left, numeral on the right. So I also have to change my sign. The open side is going to stay with the m, pointed side is going to stay with the 25. Now I can easily identify which way my graph should go. 24, 25, 26. I believe Miss Milliron is here for some roaches for Lumpy as she's babysitting him.
You have them?
They're right there.
You give it the whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's including 25 and everything to the right. Okay. We are going to work very simply. Let me check my notes. I believe we're doing 10 through 17. So we're doing page 342, numbers 10 through 17. I do want to call your attention to 17 and work that one together for just 1 second. It is a 2-step equation. Nothing that we can't handle. I just want to go over it with you. So number 17 says 5/9 v is less than or equal to 45. And this v should actually be kind of like that. Okay, first things first. We need to get rid of this 9 that's dangling down here as a division. So let's multiply. 5v less than or equal to 9 times 5 is 45. 4 times 9 is 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, so 405. Okay, I'm still not done because it's 5v and I need just v, not 5v. This is multiplied. So now what am I going to do to get rid of a multiplication there? Divide. Now I'm down to just v is less than or equal to 81. And you can graph. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to post this assignment on the portal. I'm also going to be posting an assignment for Thursday and Friday that you can have 2 days to work on and get back to me. And so this will be the last video for this week because you won't need a video for Thursday or Friday. We're doing the chapter test which isn't necessarily very test-like, but on page 348. So that will be Thursday and Friday's assignment. So if you want to get a head start, feel free to do so. I miss you lots and hope to see you soon. Bye.